Howdy, boys and girls. Today we are going to be talking about exponents and order of operations. Neither of these two concepts should be very new to you, but we are going to go ahead and take some notes on this so that we have them in our INB so that we can reference them when we need to. So the first thing that we want to look at is exponents. So pause to make sure that you write this down. Exponents is a shorthand way to show how many times a number called the base is multiplied times itself. So in other words, it's the base to the power. An example of that is 4 to the third power. So that's 4 times 4 times 4. So 4 times 4 is 16, and then 16 times 4 equals 64. So 4 to the third power is 64. This is my expanded form. This is my base power form, and that's my answer. We need to remember that 4 to the third is not 4 times 3. So this is not 12. And this catches us quite a bit. So we need to make sure that we're understanding base to the power is how many times a number is multiplied times itself. Okay? And we use exponents when we do order of operations. So again, order of operations, make sure you pause so that we go through it, is rules that tell us how to solve expressions. So we know these rules. We have seen these rules so many times. They are the rules of, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So it's Pemdas. And the M and the D are stuck together and the A and the S are stuck together because P is for the parentheses that we see. Exponents is E. The M and the D stay together because it's multiplying and dividing from left to right. It's not multiplying first and then dividing. It's whatever we see first on the left side as we work our way to the right. And then you do the same with adding and subtracting. You make sure that you work left to right. So let's look at an example. If I look at this problem, I have 3 squared times 5 minus 2 plus 3 in parentheses. So my PEMDAS says P first for parentheses, so I'm going to add 2 plus 3. So I'm going to rewrite everything else. 2 plus 3 is 5. I know that. So I've gotten my P down, and then the E is exponents. I do have exponents this time. That's 3 squared, which is not 6. This is 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So 9 times 5 minus 5. Okay, now I might be tempted to just do 5 minus 5 and get 0, but that's not the way order of operations works. Order of operations tells me I need to do multiplication and division next. And I have a multiplication problem. I have 9 times 5. I know 9 times 5, that's 45. And then I have the minus 5. And last thing I have is 45 minus 5. I have my subtraction. So I have 40. So this whole problem leads down to 40. Notice that it kind of goes down into a triangle because as I work through the problem, I rewrite all the extra stuff. I don't try to skip ahead in my brain because if I do that, I'm likely to leave off something and not know where I go. Okay, so let's try this one over here. This is 6 minus 3 plus 5 times 2 to the third power. If I start with my order of operations, I look and see if I have any parentheses. In this case, I do not. So I do go to the E, which is exponents. I have exponents 2 to the third. An expanded form, that's 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. And 4 times 2 is 8. So my answer here is 8. So this is 6 minus 3 plus 5 times 8. Okay, order of operations says now I go to multiplication and division. If I go down my line, I do see a multiplication sign. So I'm multiplying 5 times 8. So I'm going to rewrite 6 minus 3 plus, and 5 times 8 is 40. Okay. Next up, I'm going to look, I don't have any more multiplication or division. I go down to adding and subtracting. It's left to right. So even though I see an addition here, my subtraction comes first. So 6 minus 3 is first. So that's 3 plus 40. And then 3 plus 40 is 43. And again, my numbers go down, and my answer is 43. Okay, I want to make sure we have this all written down. Take the time to pause if you need to, if I move too quickly. Or I didn't show you because I didn't see that we were working on the page. So make sure that you do that as well. Let me flip it over. I have up here my whisk and my check for understanding. Please work through these two problems. I have 5 to the 4th power, so I need to see it in expanded form and then solve for it. And I have one order of operations for you to do. Get these two done for me so that I can check over them in class and we can work through our activity. I thank you. Have a good day.